Lawn grubs can absolutely destroy our lawns. So let's talk today about 3 things that you need to do and be aware of to stop that damage happening in your beautiful lawn. Yes, g'day and welcome to a new video and welcome to what has been a really terrible spring here in southeast Melbourne. But lawn season is well and truly underway, and today I'm getting something important done to my lawn and hopefully giving you a bit of an idea about lawn grubs and some different things to be aware of. So number 1 is how to even know if you've got lawn grubs in your lawn. Now, there are different types of harmful lawn grubs that can come along into our lawns. Some of them will attack the root system, some of them will eat away at the actual leaf on top, but either way, something you'll see, and I'll get lots of messages about later on in summertime. Once these grubs have gone through their life cycle, they tend to be more active later in the season, later in summer, but you'll start to get random spots that look like they're dying or yellowing. A lot of the time in Facebook groups and stuff like that, people go, lawn grubs, lawn grubs, lawn grubs. Oftentimes with spots that are looking pretty average, it can just be dry, maybe fungal disease, but yeah, honestly, hot spots and being a dry spot is often the most common. But sometimes it can actually be lawn grubs. And so the way you can tell is with the soapy water test. So in this bucket, which is normally for babies' pooey clothes, I've put in a bit of just simple dishwashing detergent, and then we're gonna make that soapy water. And then what I'll be doing is going to one of those hot spots in my lawn, and I will just be pouring over that entire bucket into there. Give it 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure you do it either earlier in the morning or at around about sunset, so dusk. Give it 10 minutes or so, come back, and if you've got anything harmful in there, hopefully you just might get a couple of earthworms or something like that. But if you get some critters coming up which are looking a bit suspicious, get some photos, look up on the internet. You might look at common lawn grubs or something like that. Look at the photo of what you've got in your lawn. Look at that and try to match up what you're actually looking at to see if it's something harmful or maybe just some innocent little bugs that are hanging around at the time. Tell you what, the buffalo has had a nice little bit of a natural green up in the last week or so. It's looking good. But then if you find you've got lawn grubs, let's talk about treatment. If you saw a recent video of mine about weed control, it's basically the same process there, where if you find that you've done the work to find out you've got a certain type of weed, so it might be clover, and then you just work backwards from there, clover, herbicide, etc. 2 products I'll link below, Fortune Ultra and Monarch G. They are 2 products that are going to cover a decent amount of your lawn grubs if that's what you've got. But a key thing to do with your lawn grubs, and if you do have them and you're treating them, as soon as you do that soapy water test, literally straight away right then, get on your phone and order the knockdown insecticide. Go to a hardware store if they've got something there that is going to kill what you've got in your lawn, because by the time you see the damage, they're probably, fairly established in your lawn and munching away at it. So yeah, getting your knockdown on there as soon as you can. If you're ordering online, as soon as it arrives, make it a priority to get it out onto your lawn, because yeah, once you've seen the damage, they're already there doing a lot of work. So, and they're just going to continue to obviously munch away on this beautiful, nice, healthy lawn that you've worked really hard to be able to have, to just destroy it. So that is identifying when you've got lawn grubs and then treating them if they have appeared in your lawn. But if we go all the way back 6 months, back to now, mid-September, and what we can do is really easily prevent these kinds of harmful lawn grubs. I've got a saliprin here that I'm going to apply. I also talked about it a couple of weeks ago when I was applying it to my new turf on the front lawn. But this product, it's really, really safe to use. It does not harm bees, worms, that kind of thing. It is just fantastic at preventing harmful lawn grubs in our lawn. So it's a bit of prevention season. So prevention for weeds with pre-emergent prevention of lawn grubs with something like a saliprin. So across my 75 square meters here, I only need about 12 mils or so of this, because it is 15 mils per 100 square meters. So I've got my trusty little Panadol syringe here, which I'll use and then chuck straight in the bin. But yeah, we'll get this mixed up and then we'll talk about a few other things to do with applying this product and getting the most benefit out of it. Get it watered in. So as I said there, Acelepryn, a really safe product to mix up, spray and use. Still good practice to use gloves, get some pants and gumboots on when you're spraying, all that kind of thing. By all means, still it is a chemical to spray on your lawn, so you're not going to pour it over your kids' cereal or anything like that in the morning. But yeah, gonna water this in now, and then it will be safe for re-entry for pets and kids after that time frame. Now, a couple other things to do with Acelepryn. So firstly, liquid versus granular. I've used granular in the past, I'm using liquid this season. It really just depends what you prefer. Generally, your shipping's gonna be a little bit more on a 10 kilo bag of Acelepryn versus a 100 ml bottle as well. But you know, it just depends. Do you prefer spraying? You can actually apply, mix together Acelepryn with a few other products as well. So could easily go with a seaweed product. It can go with pre-emergent for weed control. Always with your exact specific product, do a jar test, but yeah, it's very compatible with other products. And also Acelepryn is mostly talked about as a preventative product because it is, but you can also use it, read the label, look into the product more, because there's a few different variations depending on what you want to prevent and treat for on there. But if you do have armyworm, that can be treated as a knockdown for armyworm. For me, for what I want to prevent, I have spread it out or sprayed it out at that rate, and now I'm going to be watering it in with about 6 mils of irrigation. And so for me here, I know that this sprinkler head right here puts out 11 millimeters per hour, and that sprinkler head over there covers to here. There's a sprinkler head just down there as well, which covers to here as well. So this puts out 11, that makes it 22, that one makes it 33. And if I come over into the middle here, I'm getting water from there, I think, around about there, in that corner. So this technically is getting 44 mils an hour. So either way, I'm gonna run the system for about 10 or 12 mils. I don't want a heavy water. I just want to lightly water it in and get that nice barrier in the soil. So good to tick off some of those things coming into spring, coming into reno season. So on this Prestige Buffalo, it'll be getting a heavy renovation in a couple of weeks, scalping, aerating, top dressings, anything else specific that you want to see, let me know in the comments. I would normally have put out a granular fertilizer right now as well, but our soil temps are just, yeah, it's been a really gross spring here so far. So I'm just holding out on the granular fertilizer. We're still not seeing temps into the 20s yet, so really frustrating start to spring. So the granular fert will go out with the reno, but yeah, look, I think that'll do it for today's video before I keep blabbering on here. Thanks very much for watching. Gonna be a great season here. Thanks, cheers, have a good one. See you later, bye.